Yo, John Fitch here. What's cracking? Missed last night's stream because the kids had football again. Game ran late. I didn't even get home till almost 7 or so, and I was tired, so no stream. I also had a seminar in Carson City, Nevada, at the Wild West Training Center, which was fantastic. It was a great experience, great turnout. I had a lot of fun teaching people the dark arts. They were very receptive. Kurt and gang, they're good people. If you guys are in the era, go check them out. It's a nice spot. It was a fun drive too. Fun drive home. It was 4.5 hours there, 4.5 hours back. Me and the missus went and brought the doggo. And somehow, I don't know what happened when I hit the map or the route button, the route button on my maps. It took like a little bit of a windy road. Maybe it was a southern route or something. Went under Tahoe, Lake Tahoe or something. I don't know, but it was very scenic and majestic. It was a very scenic and majestic route, and it was nice. It seemed like it was a very much like a ranch. Cattle seemed like the main industry. A lot of people had big open fields and big cows around. I think I even saw a bison or two, some horses. It was nice. There was snow. The air was crisp. It was a good experience, good trip, and made a little money. So good times. I did catch on Thursday. I managed to catch the PFL. It was PFL season opener, I believe, and what was it? Flyweights and the welterweights. It was fun. There's a good card. There were some good fights on that card. We'll talk about that mostly today. We'll talk about some other stuff too. There's a lot of crazy stuff going on. The markets are down. Bitcoin's down a little bit. But we've talked about it before. It's all the rich mother grabbers and companies who own all the stocks anyways. So why should I give a shit if the market's down? What is it? It's like 8%. 8% of the population owns all of the stocks. It's not really affecting most people. The price tags at the market, that's the pain point for most of us, I think. How about you? Tired of overpaying for not good products or services. That's my issue. And people complaining, right? I don't take political sides. I want what's best. And I think it's silly. People who just are like, oh, Trump's ruining everything. Oh, the market sucks and the world sucks because Trump. He's been president since January. Like, the president's not that important. Like there's a lot of things that have been going on for a very, very long time that have got us here. And some tariffs or whatever moves he's making right now, that's not what's doing it. It's not. You're just putting the blame on there. There's a lot of moving parts that have been happening for a very, very long time. You could quite literally argue very well that this started 100 years ago in 1913 with the central banks. You could argue hard that it started more with the decoupling of the gold standard. You just have paper money that means nothing and debt, keeping the debt pumping. That's more to blame than any political leader. I mean, I guess you could blame the political leaders at the time for allowing those things to happen, but yeah. So I don't know, man. I've said it here too that government runs downstream from the people. Your actions, the things you put your time, attention, and money into, that's why we are where we are. You're to blame. No one likes to hear that. No one likes to hear that. Right? You putting money into the things you put money into, the things you put your attention into, the things you put your time and energy into, gambling, porn, stupid reality TV shows, sports balls, all that stuff. Like you get what you put into it. So if you're not satisfied with the world, look in the mirror. Look in the mirror, buddy. It's not fun. I got to do it too a lot of times. I've got to realize that when I get angry and I'm upset about how things are going, that I'm the one, this guy. I'm the one who made the choices I made to put me in this situation. It's my fault. It's my fault. I'm working hard to correct my situation position as much as possible. That's why I'm selling my house here and I'm relocating and I'm getting my butt back to a place that makes more sense than this Bay Area place where it's all just about spending money and status and going into debt and keeping up with the Joneses. It's a wild thing out here. I don't get it. And maybe I'm delusional. Maybe I just am not seeing that the whole world has been Californicated and it's going to be everywhere. But whatever. At least I'll have more space and land and way less debt. I shouldn't have any debt. I honestly, yeah, because I'm going to Indiana. I'm going to Indiana this week. I'm going to do some commentary for the Art of Scrap, which is a local promotion in the Fort Wayne area. I will be doing the mic as well. I got my haircut. The first official haircut in like 3 years. Not bad. It's all right. And I've got my Omni-Man mustache. I don't know if I'm going to keep it yet or not. I might. I'm kind of digging it. What do you guys think? Should I keep the Omni-Man, the Viltrumite mustache? Michael, more fighters get the settlement. Do each? Well, I mean, we want everybody who was damaged in the UFC's scheme to monopolize and steal money from us. We want all those guys to get their money back. That's the point. I'm not, you see my my thing I put on the screen. I guess my screen thing's covering up, right? You see that? Yeah, right there in the corner. Whoop, whoop, right there. Whoop, right there. That thing. Get your money, UFCclassaction.com. Yeah. Like, I want you to get your money. I'm not one of these guys who's going to like try to be quiet or tell you not to sign up so that there's less fighters claiming the money so I get paid more. That's gross. I think that's as gross as people who have not supported or actively said negative things about the lawsuit who are going to collect. I think that's filthy. I think you're a filthy human being. It's gross. At the least, say nothing. At the least, shut up. But there are active people actively saying UFC is great. There's nothing wrong with what they're doing. These guys are wrong for going for this money, and then they cash in also. I think that's gross. You're a gross person. You're gross. Double thinker, backbiter. Yep, I'll be headed to the Fort Wayne area. I'll be in that area around Fort Wayne. It'll be good. It's going to be good. I'm going to go check the house out this week as I'm doing a little work. My pregnant woman is coming with me. She's 6 months and starting to show. She got the cutest little belly. And I got a baby girl cooking. So it's going to be fun. We're going to try for like Irish triplets or something. We're going to knock them out. She wants a bunch. So we're going for it. It's going to be good times. Yeah. Let's jump into the fight card. Right? Let's jump into the PFL. And these were really good fights. I know I don't like the name. I don't like promotions calling themselves a league because it's deceptive. It's very deceptive. When you think of leagues, you think of a bunch of owners working together under one sanctioning title, but that's not what this is. It's a promotion. It's a trans promotion. It's trans league. It identifies. It's a promotion that identifies as a league. I don't like that. I don't like it. But I started watching right before the Berkimov and Jean fight, and this was a good fight. Berkimov was a solid fighter, but Thad Jean, this guy, remarkable. He's 9-0 right now. Berkimov was 17-2 and won no contest. Now he's 17-3. You got welterweights here. Berkimov's 6 foot. Jean is 6'2". They look solid, like solid body types. They don't look, like they're fat 55 pounders. Unbelievably athletic. This Jean is, he's got skill and he's crazy athletic. Serious threat combination. Looks like he's got a good stand up. Looks like he can wrestle. I think this might have been my first time seeing him fight. I don't know, but he looked tough. He looked tough as nails. And there's a lot of really good fighters that are floating around in the PFL. It's just really gross that, I think either one of these guys could fight and put up hella fights in UFC top 5, but we don't get to see that. We don't get to see it. Why? Because of greed of the promoters. They don't care about the sanctity of sport or finding out who's actually the best, putting the best fighters together. They do not care. They're just trying to tell stories. They only care about telling stories and betting lines. It's all gambling and pro wrestling garbage. But it kind of seems like that's what people want. So who am I? I don't know, man. I'm in a weird place because it's like you're telling people, oh, no, it's not a sport. This is how it should operate. This is the best way to get the best fights and see the best fighters. And, you got to stick to the sport. And people are like, well, entertainment and grappling and gambling and it's retarded. They're retarded. You're retarded people. I don't get it. And so it's like me screaming at people who don't have the mental capacity to understand what I'm even saying, because they don't care about the sport. They don't care about technique. They don't care about skill. They just care about their pro wrestling storylines, or they care about the betting odds. So how do you argue with that? It's up to the fighters right now to make something happen. So I'll be here when you guys are ready. But that Jean, he was impressive. Mahmoud looked solid too. Just was not able to keep up with the explosiveness of that Jean. And I believe this was a orthodox versus southpaw, and the finishing sequence was Jean throwing that right hand and then coming over the top with his left. I think I might be backwards with which guy is left or right. I'm pretty sure that's how it went down though. And Berkimov did not see that that left hand coming over the top for that hook after the right hand. And Jean is so athletic and so fast. He was able to penetrate and close that distance so fast with that right hand. Like it was all that Berkimov could do to get out of the way of the right hand, but he didn't have his hands up because he got inside and then came over the top, bink, and he was rattled, man. He was rattled. There was no recovery from that. Solid fight by Jean. And he's gonna face, I think, the winner of the main card, which was Jackson and Korshkov. We'll talk about that in a minute. But those are two established guys who've been around for a long time. So this may be a prime time for Jean to kick the door open, make a little bit of a name for himself. We'll see. We'll see though, because like PFL doesn't know how to promote. I don't think they care about promoting the guys. Like none of these promoters care. These promoters care. They want to take guys who already have names and notoriety and use those guys' names, notoriety to promote their brand, not promote the fighter. Like, so that's why there's so many good fighters, I think, in the PFL who nobody recognizes. Then we had Kabulov beats Kennedy. Right, decision round 3. Kennedy started off strong, almost put the Russian out in the first round. He had him on shaky legs. He's kind of doing the stinky leg dance. But then Mavlid came back and did some damage of his own. Had Kennedy on shaky legs. This was a good solid fight. Good back and forth. Like it was a good comeback, man. This was a great comeback. This is one of the better comebacks I've seen in a while. Because I really thought Kabulev, am I saying that right? Kabulev was done. I thought he was done after the first. And I was like, oh, this Kennedy just needs to pick up the pace. He's going to get him out of there in the second. But Mavlid recovered and then turned the tide, put it back on him. Next fight, Luciano and Storley. And this was, man, it's hard to, like, I don't understand, guys. You know, Storley's a good wrestler, solid wrestling. Stand-up's not great, right? You know that. You know 100%. That's the fight. He's going to take me down. He's going to control me. He's going to beat me up on top if I don't find a way to sweep, submit, or get back to my feet. But these guys, like, what are they doing for training? What are they doing to try to learn how to get up? Like, what's going on? I don't get it. I don't get it. At this point of the game, you know, fighting's been around for such a long time in the public's eye. You guys haven't figured it out. You guys haven't figured out ways to get back to your feet, how to make him work, like have better cardio than him, make him chase you, make him really struggle through things so that he gasses and then you're able to tee up on him. But no, it's kind of like they play this runaway game and try to throw the one big one to catch him. I'm just going to catch him. I don't know, man. I don't get it. Storley gets it done, moves forward in the tournament. Pinheiro and Boric, pretty good fight. Pinheiro, he looked tough, man. He looked tough. He's long, got some reach, 5'11". What's he got? 71-inch. These guys were very comparable with their stats, their reach, leg reach. But Jesus, he looked good, man. And Boric is no slouch. He throws hard, can wrestle a little bit. But Pineda was able to put him out, man. Round 1 TKO. I'm going to come these kind of fast, but whatever, man. Let me check what you're saying because I'll spend some more time on the next one. Yeah, GSP I think had the best timing of anybody that I ever fought. And then I think the only person that might have had better timing than him in general at all, I think might have been Conor. I think that Conor McGregor that was his thing. That was his thing. He had timing. His timing was impeccable. I don't think he was the greatest technician at all. I don't think he was the greatest fighter at all. I think his timing and his ability to get under the skin of his opponents, because he would piss you off. He'd really get under their skin, and they would not be technical. They would not follow the game plan. They would rush in, and when you rush in on a guy with great timing, you're gonna pay. And he made people pay, and I think that was his whole thing. And I think that's why he lost to the guys later on. It's he lost to Diaz, lost to the other guys, was because they didn't allow him to get under their skin, to get them mad, to like rush in on things, and he couldn't play that trick on them. Aaron Pico in the UFC, man, he's such a talent, But I think, he focused too much on the boxing aspect of it, and it's not boxing. You have to find a way to use your boxing um, effectively without taking damage. And he was just taking too many shots, and then his chin is a little shaky. I think he can compete with a lot of guys in the top, but is he going to be dominant and stay at that championship level for a long time? I don't know. He may just be that guy who's super exciting, and we see exciting fights from and exciting matchups from for a while. But I don't know if he's going to break that threshold and be the man. It just depends on, like, some of these guys. I don't get it, man. Like if you can wrestle and you know how to wrestle and close the distance and put people on the fence and make them tired, like that should be a big focus of yours the first round. Just the first round. Get close, tie him up, get him sweaty, beat the legs up, hand fight with them, neck wrestle, pull their head down, knee the body, hit the body. And then when they start slowing down, we start to see them going, you see that exhale. And it's like, okay, now let's start finding angles and start opening up on the feet. You got plenty of time to do that. You put the guy in the fence the first 5 minutes, you still got 10 minutes to get that knockout and find your angle and do what you need to do. Do that. But I don't know. They come straight out and they're fresh and dry, and everybody's at a 50-50 chance of landing that one punch, and they're playing that risk. I think it's too much of a gamble. Like, turn the tide in your favor. I saw some clips from the Dirty Boxing, but didn't put much time into watching it. It sounds interesting. It's about the oh, what's up, man? We haven't you haven't been in for a while. The shake break days, those were glorious time. All the shake breaks are still up. You just have to be like a subscribed member. I think I want to do that with the podcast here too. I think I want to put a lot of these shows behind the paywall if you want to watch old stuff. And then I'll do something in the future after the move. I'll do the live stream, and then it'll be up for like a week, and then I'll put it behind the paywall. So, because if you want to watch, you're gonna watch it live. You're gonna watch it now. I'm not getting any extra views down the road. So people watching stuff down the road later on, they're probably just watching because they want to get clips and find stuff to make me look foolish for saying or whatever. And I don't need to help them out. You pay me for it, right? Pay me like $25 a month to have access. Tom Erickson, the biggest I've ever been around. I know there's some guys who are bigger, but Tom Erickson was a massive human being. He walked around at 300 pounds easily, maybe closer to 315. He might have just been saying 300 because he didn't want to say 315. But he was massive, and he wasn't a big fat guy. He could move. Tom was unbelievably athletic. That's why they called him the Big Cat, because he was like seriously like a panther. Yeah, you could drop him off a second floor building and he'd turn and land on his feet. He's just a big athlete, man. It's crazy. All right, last fight. Jackson Korshkov. Two seasoned vets, two champs, guys who've been around a long time, had a lot of fights. Very skilled. I think both these guys compete within the top 10 of the UFC very easily. They do good things, make waves, maybe fight for titles, maybe win, especially Jackson. Jackson is phenomenal. He's a great fighter. He can wrestle. He can strike. He's athletic, good cardio, right? He's somebody I'd love to watch. Jackson and Colby Covington, put those two together, right? I think Jackson mops the floor with him. I'd pay to see it. Let's go. I think he's remarkable. It would have been great to have got a chance to fight him, but I was just too old. I was just too old and too over it. But I enjoy watching him fight. He's a good guy, smart guy. Like, I'm bad to say about him at all. Same with Korshkov, man. He's a stud. He's got that super lightning fast spinny shit. He can turn those hips faster than near anybody I've ever seen. Those spinning back kicks and stuff. Super dangerous guy. But yeah, Jackson submits in round 2, and it was a good fight. Winner Jackson is going to be facing that Thad Jean. So we'll see what's going to happen. Jamaica versus Haiti. And I don't know, man. It's tough. If Jean can beat Jackson, that dude's on another level, and he's just getting started. So he might be the future. I might start calling him the future if he can do that. I don't know though, because Jackson seems he's about in his prime right now. I don't know what his age is, but I think he's probably in his prime. 2-0 in the ass kicking machine. That's a great name. Where is his? I'm sorry. I'm trying to see if I can find his age, but no, there's no age around here. Tough guy. I'm glad I caught the PFL. They have a lot of good fighters under their banner. You know, I'd like to see cross promotion. I'd like to see more of that, but it's just not in the cards right now. So we'll have to just hope and dream. All right. So those are the fights I could talk about. I'm going to be gone this week. Like I said, I'm going to be in Fort Wayne. I'm going to be doing the Art of Scrap commentary. Should be a lot of fun to get back there. I think it's in the Fort Wayne Coliseum, a place where I won 2 semi-state championships. All right. So it's a good arena. It's a nice arena. It's a good place to go. I haven't been there in a long time. But I think that's where we're going to be. And then I'll be around town doing some other stuff. But yeah, man, it's gonna be a fun trip. I'm excited about it. And I'm gonna start like peeking around, seeing where I can fit in the area as a coach and other things to guys help guys wrestle, help guys fight. We'll see what's going on. I'm not gonna jump right in and open a gym because I'm still doing seminars. I can travel and do seminars and make a good, decent living that way. And then I'll look into, what's available for opening something. Cause that's what I'm kind of missing. I love teaching. I love teaching and traveling and doing seminars. But the one sad thing about that is I don't get to like continually work with the same people. So I don't get to like watch them grow and develop and then take them to competitions or anything like that. So I'm missing out on that a little bit, and I think that would be a lot of fun to take part in. So that'll be something that I'm looking to get into, but we'll see. We'll see what's available. Maybe I even can do some volunteering or some coaching with some junior high or high school wrestling programs, something, help out in some way. We'll see. I'm open. I'm open to a lot of things. Man, like tall and skinny. Like he's not skinny, but Cael Sanderson was a tall, long wrestler, tall and long. And you watch how he not fought, but how he wrestled. Like he didn't shoot like a typical get stuck under the hip type of guy. Like he's somebody to watch. I would also say, the great, the late great, he just passed away recently. Solev, is that the right? He just passed away, but he was amazing, and he Olympic champion, very inventive with his techniques. Am I saying the name right? Oh, maybe I should look it up. Setiev, maybe that's it. Yeah. Buvaser Sitiv. He's great. He's unbelievable. One of the best ever. And he never shot for takedowns. He wasn't he would fight to underhooks. Um Man, he would it's different throws and trips, and he would just find different ways to get to the hips. And like you would see him do things that you've never seen anybody do before, and that's somebody I think you could very, very well learn from. I'm trying to find sorry if I'm like going slow. I'm trying to find a little thing for you. I'm gonna put this in the chat, right? And we may just do this. Right. I'm gonna just show this because this guy, next level, man. Next level stuff. All right, we'll keep the sound off. All right, but that's the guy. We're gonna. All right, there he is. Some of the stuff you see him do, you won't see a lot of people do. Slide by to the back. Beats that elbow again to the back. Right. And if you're looking for wrestling for fighting, I think this stuff's great because you punch yourself into the clinch and then you find your way to beat the elbows. You find your way to the back. You find your way to the hips. Because all sports, especially wrestling, it's all just a battle of hips. Can you put your hips in the position to outmaneuver your opponent? Look at that. It's foot sweep. I just watched. If you guys don't have Flow Sports, get Flow Sports. It's worth the money. Pay for the year up front. Just do it. They got a buttload of films, like short films they've done on different guys. They did one on Mako, Stephen Mako. He was amazing. He was great college wrestler. Now he coaches a lot of fighters down in Florida. But he used to use that foot sweep. He was a big boy and used to foot sweep the crap out of people, man. Oh, nice fireman's. He's so good. Sorry, this is just art. If you can't appreciate this, you're a terrible human. Sorry. But I don't know, man. There's nothing more pure than like that. Like I'm gonna take you off your feet and put you on your back. No, you're not. Yes, I am. And we're gonna get after it. But you see him, not a lot of shots. He didn't shoot to the knee. He didn't get stuck underneath his opponents a lot. He'd get to the clinch, then he'd fight the clinch, and then he'd maneuver his way around to a dominant hip position. He'd throw you, snap you down, trip you. Just amazing with what this guy could do, and that's a great person for you to learn from if you're serious about trying to get better at wrestling and you don't really necessarily want to get stuck underneath people, right? Get those underhooks, do a lot of snap downs, and get good with the body locks, the trips, the foot sweeps, the inside trips. There's plenty of stuff. Sweep singles, ankle picks. That was Shale's thing. Cale Sanderson, not Shale. Cale Sanderson. He would that sweeping cross side ankle pick or a single, And he was just a big, long guy, and he was able to get those positions. It's awesome to see. What else? Okay. What else is on my mind? One last thing on my mind. All right, incongruencies. And Peter, you're making videos. I hope you see this one, and maybe you could turn this into a video because I think it could be a good one. But I don't understand the incongruency here. Okay, because it's massive. It's a double think. You're thinking two different things at the same time, and somehow it's okay with you. And I don't. It doesn't jive with me. I can't handle it. It makes me shut down. Okay, but the idea here is that it's okay that the UFC, or they're just a business and they're trying to make as much money as possible, and that's good, and that's the way business works. And them not cross promoting, them not signing certain fighters, them not putting certain matchups together, that's good because it makes them lots of money, and they're a business. So shut up, right? That's an argument I've heard for a very long time from a lot of people. Okay, then the same person will say out of his mouth, yeah, but Canelo and boxing suck because Canelo only wants money. He won't fight the best guys because he just wants to get paid as much as possible. He's a business, right? Like, it's okay. So that's where I'm lost, is people are like, it's totally okay for the UFC to do that. But if the individual privately owned business Canelo does it, he's bad. I say it's both garbage. They're both terrible for it because we want the best of fighting the best. We want the sport to operate correctly. We don't just want greedy people focusing on dollar signs. We want to know, who the best is. Let's do that. Right? So it's bizarre to me. People will complain that, oh, we didn't get to, boxing sucks because we didn't get to see Mayweather and Pacquiao when we should have. Well, like, yeah, but they held out for the most money possible. So they made as much money as possible as businesses. Isn't that under your logic that UFC is a business and they're supposed to make as much money as possible and that's their only job? And boo hoo hoo, don't whine about it, you dummy, because they're just supposed to make money. Well, and how is the Mayweather Pacquiao thing any different? That's the double think to me. That's retarded. That's just dumb. I don't get it. If you're going to criticize one, you got to criticize both because it's the same thing. It's the same thing. It's a business who only cares about profits. And if you're okay with a business only caring about profits, then fine. Then be consistent. That's okay. Maintain that energy all the way through. That's okay. I get it. I don't agree with you, but at least you're consistent. Okay? But if you're like, oh, well, it's totally fine for the UFC to only care about making profit, but screw the fighter who wants to make money. Screw the fighter who wants to focus on profit. So to me, you're just a bootlicker. You're just like, oh, the overlord, the master, he can do whatever he wants. It's okay for the master to do whatever he wants. But you're a slave. You better not do what you want because that's bullshit. That's all I hear. It's a lot of, Kanye said the other day, he's tired of dealing with slaves. I feel that. I felt that. I feel you. I feel you, man. I feel you, Kanye, on that one. I feel it. Oh, man. You guys got anything? You guys got anything else? Right? I put that little link of the Seative clips in there. Maybe you can follow that into some other stuff. But he's got a lot of fun upper body techniques, getting past the first line of defense of head, hands, hips, or heads, hands, elbows, right? Hips are second line of defense. And getting to the hips and defeating the hips, battling the hips. That's good stuff, man. All right, people. Is that it? Is that all we got? Nobody's got any more comments? Nothing else to say? Nothing to play about? Am I wrong? Did I get anything wrong? Let me know. I didn't look, but I posted a short video clip on not being surprised that Potan lost to a kickboxer who could wrestle. And it got like 18,000 views. I think a lot of people are pissed. Just like, man, like it's so easy. People are so sensitive about the lies they believe. You know, like it's wild to me. Do I think the new boxing promotion will bring over A-list boxers? No, absolutely not. No way in hell it will. Why? Because they already announced the pay scale. It's garbage. What fighter would ever want to like volunteer himself into that? The only people they're going to get in that deal is guys who are never going to be anything. Guys who need that promotion. Guys who need them to prop them up with storylines and pro wrestling hoopla. They're not going to get the best guys because the pay is shit. Like why? Like nobody's going to voluntarily leave their good because first off, all the best boxers are already signed with somebody. So the first thing they're going to have to do is they're going to have to poach. They're going to have to wait for those guys' contracts or promotional agreements to run out or them become champions. And then they're going to have to step up and bid on those contracts. I don't see why a single boxer who's in the top 10 would ever want to fight or sign with them because they've already put a ceiling, a glass ceiling on their earning potential. Why would you do that? With known scumbags who are known for monopolizing and ripping people off and taking money from people and stealing from people. Like I don't see it at all. I don't see it at all. In fact, man, I'm gonna have to do this, I think. One of our irregulars sent me a nice video. Hamzamir sends me good ones every once in a while, if I can find it. And this one is of Oscar, right? We're gonna have to see if we can do this. All right. So I'm gonna share this. See if we can listen to it. And regardless of your opinion on Oscar, sometimes he says some very true things, right? You may focus on the message, not the messenger. Maybe he had some substance issues. Maybe he's done some crazy things, but just pay attention to the actual words that are coming out of his mouth. Is this thing up yet? Let me look. Okay, yeah, he's going to be right in there. Let's see if I can get this so the sound is loud. If you guys don't.
Time for the only segment in boxing that gives you the facts and makes you laugh. It's Clapback Thursday. I've been quiet for a minute because I've been collecting as much information as possible over the past month just so I can be accurate. And it's finally time to unleash the facts. So a bombshell lawsuit was filed at the end of February in California federal court suing top-ranked boxing president Todd DeBuff for breach of contract, promissory fraud, and unjust enrichment. The lawsuit claims DeBuff failed to pay high-profile boxing manager William Keane for securing fights and used alleged crime boss Daniel Kinahan to secure Tyson Fury.
Yeah, this first part isn't really about what you're talking about, but he's going to get into the UFC stuff or Dana White coming into this too. All right, so bear with me, right?
Did a secret from him, and just when Todd thought things couldn't get any worse, oh shit, they did. ESPN confirmed they will not be renewing their deal with Top Rank, which is set to expire this summer. So, in other words, Top Rank has no network to broadcast their fights on. I love Bob Arum. We have a lot of history together. What he accomplished as a promoter is legendary, and I'm so sad to see how it ended up. But This is what happens when you place your company in the hands of a scumbag.
Bruh, chill.
Bye-bye, Top Rank. And speaking of scumbags, everyone has been asking me for my opinion and thoughts on Dana White attempting to enter the boxing space. Again! And after collecting as much information as possible, I'm finally ready to answer. Okay, here's the truth.
Bruh.
You can't run a boxing organization when you don't have any fighters.
Bruh.
And right now, TKO and Dana have 0 fighters.
What?
This means they're likely in it for the long haul and are trying to build something years from now when fighters' contracts come up with current promoters.
Bruh.
And they will try to start attempting to sign them.
Come on now, dog.
What else do we know? TKO's supposed fighter pay / salaries were leaked a few weeks ago. And if these are real, holy shit!
Come on, man.
Dana's gonna have several problems. Number 1, no fighter is going to fight for these pennies. The majority of their prospects will fight 1 or 2 times a year and be forced to survive on minimum pay.
You're wrong.
And keep in mind, they will be fighting tough fights. Dana said, the best must fight the best.
Bruh.
So their careers will be short. Number 2, no pay-per-view fighter will fight for $750,000. You're telling me the Canelos and the Ryans of this world are going to agree to this kind of pay cut?
We might not like it.
No! And most importantly, number 3, if these numbers are real,
Bruh.
the UFC fighters will be so pissed the TKO boxers will be getting paid so much more than they are. UFC fighters are already disgusted with how little they get paid for putting their lives on the line. If you recall, Dana already tried several times to get into the boxing space in the past. Remember Zuffa, which never even got off the ground?
The reason you've never seen me do anything is because
when Dana doesn't have the funding and the business brains already in place, like the Fertitas or Turkey, he always fails. How about the Ultimate Surfer?
No!
Or the Power Slap?
they didn't do well, which sucks.
As for Dana's character, it speaks for itself. I don't even have to say anything about a guy who publicly slapped his own wife and whose own mother wrote a book about what a terrible person her son is. And it's available on Amazon if you want to read it yourself. Now, for the big question, will I work with Dana in the future if he's in the boxing space? Sure, because 80% of the folks I deal with in boxing are scumbags anyway. Until then, I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing, and I will continue making the best fights on the zone. So remember, folks, you're never a hater when you only speak the fact.
Oh man, I'm sorry, but I dig it. I like it. I like his clapback Thursdays. They make me laugh. How much truth is to everything he's saying? You have to look it up yourself, figure out yourself. Those pay structures were leaked, so they weren't like officially announced. But if they're true, like yeah, so the boxers are going to get paid more than the UFC fighters already, and the pay-per-view fighters, why would the hell would a pay-per-view fighter ever sign for that? So what they're going to do is create another pro wrestling situation. It's not going to be a sport. They're going to create guys who aren't going to be able to make it on their own, sign them, and use the storytelling of pro wrestling to sell the fights and get them over. That's their whole thing. It's like it's just the carny scam of it, right? That's why I don't like pro wrestling. There used to be real grappling. There used to be real guys that would travel and really grapple people, but then the carnies got involved and they started scamming people and getting gambling going, right? And now we have this fake, super gay pro wrestling stuff that gets in the way of actual sports competitions. Because I believe that low vibration people care more about the drama and the gambling than the actual purity of sport. I don't think I'm wrong, but whatever. All right. I hope you guys had a fun time. I did. And I'm not gonna be around Sunday. This weekend. We're not gonna be able to do the show. And I'll probably be too busy to do something that week. So we'll probably have a down week. I'll have some video clips to be putting up on the socials and stuff. So watch that. And then I don't know what my schedule's gonna be like, because it's gonna be like I got a lot of work to do in a short period of time to get everything organized for the move and hopefully sell this place. So God bless all y'all. I hope things are going well for you, and hope the terrorists aren't ruining your Monday.